Hi, this is Dr. Campbell. I wanted to talk to you today about how teachers can avoid fights over cell phones with the students. Now, there was a recent article where a teacher and a student in the Patterson School District, there was a fight over cell phone. And what amazed me was the students that were in the classroom did not help the teacher. And so what that told me was that this teacher really didn't have positive relationships with the students. Now, I know many teachers may disagree, but we have to keep in mind that these students are considered poor from an economical status. And so the cell phone is like the highlight of their life, because if you can afford a cell phone, you are at a different status amongst your peers. And so when you try to confiscate that cell phone, it becomes more personal for the students. And so I just want to recommend 4 tips. The first tip is to greet your students with a smile. Smile does wonderful. But this is what you have to be careful of. They can tell if you're fronting. They can tell if you mean it or not, because black kids are experts when it comes to evaluating nonverbal behavior. Also, a smile will do wonders for you. I remember when I was teaching math in Philadelphia, and the social studies teacher asked me, he says, "Why are you always smiling?" And I said, "Well, why should I come out of this nice, good person, good attitude that I have just because the children don't know how to act?" And so smile and greet them. Shake their hand. Now, one of the things I used to do was I would stand at the door and I'm passing out their warm-up activity, and I would just extend my hand. And then those that felt positive towards me would shake my hand. Those that didn't like me that day would whisk right on past me. And so this gave me a barometer in regards to how my children felt towards me. So shake their hands. The other thing is, shaking hands requires touch. And in the black community, touch is only for those family members that they are close to. So stand at the door and shake their hand, or extend your hand. Teach them to be successful. That is one of the greatest things that you can do. If you have a class and you have 80% of your students are successful on your assessments, they will fight for you. You don't even have to worry about it after that, because they will all say, "You know what, when I go to Dr. Campbell's class, or whoever you are, when I leave that class, I feel good about myself." And so that's a great way. And then finally, always provide them with positive feedback. And what I used to like to do now, I required them to call me Mr. Campbell. And so what I would do is I would call them Mr., their last name, or Miss, their last name. And see, what happens in the black community is that black students are accustomed to sharing information with the adults on an equal basis. And so the psychology is, if I call them Mr. or Miss, they believe we're on an equal basis, even though I am the one with all the knowledge. And so those are 4 great tips. Before you attempt to confiscate a cell phone from a student, make sure that you have a positive relationship with them. If they refuse to give you the cell phone, ask them to excuse themselves from the class while you write up their disciplinary referral and send them down. If they refuse to go, get on your cell phone, call the front office, and tell them somebody needs to come and get someone, and continue to teach your class. Don't make it a conflict. Don't put yourself in a position where you can get hurt. This is Dr. Campbell. You can read about it on my website under Tips for Teachers at www.positiveracialrelationships.com. If you want to talk about it to me personally, you can call me on my direct line, 856-566-3267. Have a great day. Thank you very much.